Hello, and welcome to the Get Lean and Eat Clean podcast. My name is Brian Grin. I'm a certified health coach, trainer, and author. And this podcast is for middle-aged men and women looking to optimize their health and get their bodies back to what it once was 10 to 15 years ago. I will give you simple, actionable items to get long-term sustainable results. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. All right. Welcome to the Get Lean, Eat Clean podcast. My name is Brian Grin, and I hope you had a great weekend, enjoyed your Halloween. And we're actually going to touch on a subject that you're probably thinking about right now because you have probably excess candy, as we do, in our house because we do not have as many trick-or-treaters that we thought we were going to have. And now what are we going to do, right? We have all this candy sitting around, and we'll probably give it away. Actually, we will give it away, but it sort of leads to my topic I wanted to discuss today, and that is you can go a long way by just eliminating buying things and putting them in your kitchen. One of the first things I'll do with clients a lot of times is we'll go into their kitchen and we'll take certain items out and either give them away, throw them away, or hide them in a safe that's far, far away. So I'm going to touch on an ingredient that's in a lot of foods. So might have to do a big makeover of the kitchen, but it's a common ingredient that's pretty much in most people's diets, and they might not even realize it. And it definitely can wreak havoc on your health. They're found in heavily processed snack foods, frozen foods, deep fried menu items. If you go out to restaurants, and they cook in them, baked goods. And I've touched on it before, things like chips, crackers, cookies, even these margarine-type spreads, you're going to find this ingredient in. And they're probably one of the more dangerous items you can eat. And unfortunately, they're in a lot of different foods. Just go down the food aisle and check the labels, and you will find that refined, high polyunsaturated vegetable oils and seed oils are pretty much in, like, I don't even know. I don't know the percentage. I'd say 80% of the foods that are in the market have these vegetable oils. I mean, they're cheap and easy, and they increase the stable life of the shelf life of a lot of foods. So, excess intake of these vegetable oils, which comprise predominantly of omega-6 fatty acids. And again, we want to focus on getting the right ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. And when you're having just an abundance of omega-6, you're going to have some that's normal to have in your diet. And some of it in certain forms that is actually somewhat healthy, but too much and something like vegetable oils can contribute to systematic inflammation. And again, inflammation in small doses is okay. But if you're inflamed, day in, day out, that can cause an issue. And the thing about these vegetable oils is a lot of people cook in them. And when you go to restaurants, when vegetable oils are exposed to heat, the problem with these oils is they oxidize very quickly, and they can cause even further inflammation and what's called free radical damage. So refined vegetable oils are unstable, which means they can oxidize when exposed to air, light, or moisture. So you want to cook with something that's more stable. And I'll talk a little bit about that as we go. But the thing about having these agents and ingesting them and having free radical damage to cells is over time, right? Free radical damage, too much of it can cause things like premature aging, skin disease, heart disease, liver damage, immune dysfunction, and even cancer. These agents should pretty much simply not be consumed. If you can avoid them, you go a long way to improving your health. And, it's sobering to see how many processed, packaged, frozen items in the typical supermarket contain these ingredients. So upon eliminating refined vegetable seed oils, you want to cook in what's called a temperature stable saturated fat. And these will not oxidize when exposed to heat. Some better than others. And you can definitely look this up. Just look up stable saturated fats that you can cook in. I'll give you a little bit of a list right now. One of them is coconut oil. Another one is butter, if you go to get a good grass-fed butter or ghee, which I prefer, cook in that. Animal fats. This is even bacon grease, lard, tallow. You can cook in olive oil and avocado oil. I would say those are best options for maybe dressing, like salads and things like that, or dressing your food up. But you could also cook in olive oil and avocado oil. I believe olive oil is stable to a certain heat, but I would say you're probably best off maybe doing like a butter. And if you go to a restaurant, I've talked about this before, you can ask them to cook in these as opposed to vegetable oils. Will they have those? I would hope, but some may, some may not. It doesn't hurt to ask. So getting back to eliminating things from your kitchen, obviously when you're going to the store, keep an eye on these items. You're going to find vegetable oils, things like canola, cottonseed, corn, soybean, safflower, grapeseed, peanut oils. You're going to find those ingredients in a lot of items in the store, even the ones that you think are healthy. So that's first and foremost. Go look through your cabinets and when you're shopping, and look for those seed oils that I just mentioned. And let's try to not buy items with them. You'll see there's some better brands on the market now, even if you want to get something that's maybe not, they make these cassava chips, which is a hot thing. And some of them, will not have vegetable oils in them, which is good. If you're going to get that, then get the ones without the vegetable oils in them. So all foods, you really want to avoid all foods containing this high PUFA. They call them PUFAs. So read the labels, whether it's a box, a jar, a bottle, or bag. Like I said, you'll be surprised how many products have this. Also, too, you want to make sure you avoid these buttery spreads and sprays. I remember growing up, we used to have those. I can't believe it's not butter. There's Smart Balance, there's Promise, even Country Crock. These margarine spreads you really want to avoid, and cook and use normal grass-fed butter. So avoid the margarines, avoid the buttery sprays and spreads. Go take a look next time you go to the store and see how many times you're going to find whether it's a canola oil or corn or soybean that's going to be in that, or safflower. So avoid those. And obviously you want to avoid any type of vegetable oil that you want to cook in, like I mentioned, like Crisco or vegetable shortening as well. So look through the kitchen, and next time you go to the store, keep an eye out for these polyunsaturated fats, and let's start cooking in stable saturated fats, and they will not oxidize and cause inflammation. So anyways, hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and looking forward to a great week, and we will talk to you at the end of the week with another great interview. Thanks so much for listening. Hey, Get Lean, Eat Clean Nation. Are you a man between the ages of 40 and 60 years old, looking to lose inches around your waist, have significantly more energy throughout the day, and gain muscle, all while minimizing the risk of injuries? Well, I'm looking for 3 to 5 people to work one-on-one with in my Fat Burner Blueprint Signature program, which I've developed by utilizing my 15 years experience in the health and fitness space. This program is designed specifically for those committed to making serious progress towards our health goals over the next 6 months. We will focus on sleep, stress, nutrition, meal timing, and building lean muscle. If this sounds like a fit for you, email me at brian@briangrin.com with the subject line Blueprint. That's brian@briangrin.com with the subject line Blueprint. Thanks for listening to the Get Lean, Eat Clean podcast. I understand there are millions of other podcasts out there, and you've chosen to listen to mine, and I appreciate that. Check out the show notes at briangrin.com for everything that was mentioned in this episode. Feel free to subscribe to the podcast and share it with a friend or family member that's looking to get their body back to what it once was. Thanks again, and have a great day.